Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophets. Sounds like it's in big trouble. Says here that it might need to be edited to avoid another Last of Us 2 situation. Oh my God. I wonder what they did to the game that they're going to have to edit it to avoid that situation. I wonder what it could be. Let me think. Naughty Dog may be working with an unsustainable release schedule. All right. The last thing Naughty Dog released was in 2024, and it was the developers' Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. To the former Last of Us and Uncharted series designer, Benson Russell, there's a problem. Now a game development consultant, Russell recommends his former employer spare its next game from the prolonged development period it's accustomed to. Naughty Dog's upcoming sci-fi adventure, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, has now been in production for 6 years. While the game doesn't yet have a release date, by the time it finally launches, we could be trudging toward the PS6 generation, which is why Russell tells FRVR in a new interview he thinks Naughty Dog's lethargic release calendar is absolutely not sustainable. He says about the developer, there's one of the key stakeholders that get PlayStation's sold right. So when you think about it, they have not put an original IP out on this platform. The only thing they've done is the Last of Us remake. Russell guesses the Heretic Prophet's protracted production period is a result of another Last of Us 2 situation. His term for Naughty Dog's eagerness to map a concise story to overstuffed gameplay. It might need to be edited in that regard. The former designer, it might be needed to be edited in other ways too. The former designer also expresses concern that the Heretic Prophet's interstellar setting, a huge change from Naughty Dog's more typical earthy fare, in which the developer plays the ragged North American landscape and jewel-tone islands for Nathan Drake to look disheveled on. The Heretic Prophet's seemingly grisly melee combat is also new for Naughty Dog, whose action segments are usually more strategic than aggressive. Though I think that Crash Bandicoot always has his eyes. What? It always has in his eyes out. Is also aggressive. Still, in Russell's experience, Naughty Dog can struggle in achieving new ideas, even in those few years after the first Uncharted game came out in 2007, when Naughty Dog was releasing sequels and spin-offs on a nearly annual basis. Russell recalls the developer struggling to perfect its melee combat. He says, we wanted brawling and all that kind of stuff, but it was a massive investment. Now the Heretic Prophet heads towards its 7th year of development. Russell reflects on the industry-wide trouble of zombified production periods. The biggest titles reveal a small outbreak of developers dragging their feet. GTA 6 is a decade overdue. Fable has been delayed to 2027 after being announced in 2020. Good Lord. The Max Payne 1 and 2 remake has been under construction for 4 years and counting, and so on. I generally think these 7... I tell you this. One thing about this, if people stay employed... Well, wait a minute. I think you know what I mean. If a studio takes this long to make games, clearly the people that are working on particular games stay employed. Just depends on what studio you're working for. Because Xbox, wow. I generally think these 7-year projects, you can get them back down to 5, Russell says. I think you could at least cut 2 years off of them. It may be a little more just by defining yourself. getting that North Star solid right in the beginning. And not a difficult thing. It's not a difficult thing to do. Otherwise, Russell argues developers risk making a mess of their games with team changes and technical changes and the unavoidable frustration of starting over. And he has a point. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So he's talking about the time that they take on it. I'm talking about both the time and what they put into the games, because The Last of Us Part 2 only sold half. The last time I checked, it only sold approximately half of what the first one did. So, that lets you know right there. You know what I'm saying? Right there. People didn't like the trailer. And the actress seems to think everybody's going to buy it and like it no matter what. Oh, boy. So, we'll just have to see what happens with this. To me, it feels like it's going to be a PS6 game. Or a super tail end PS5 game. They'll play best on PS5 Pro. And the real version will be for PS6 type of thing. You know what I mean? But anyway, post comments down below. Let me know what you think about this. And do you think it needs to be edited? Yes or no? 10 million subscribers.